In 2003, a 41-year-old woman was killed in her own front yard by a cougar in Arkansas. It's not easy to survive a deadly battle with a wild animal, so how would you do it? Well, we'll tell you. But before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more daily tips like this, and turn on notifications so you never miss our new videos. Rich Johnson, whom is a survival expert, says when you encounter a wild animal, the best thing to do is to keep your distance and try to avoid them at all costs. Even after you keep your distance and stay calm, you still need to be prepared for what happens next, Johnson adds. Below, you will find Johnson's techniques on how to survive a deadly battle with a wild animal. Shark. To avoid having a run-in, do not bleed or urinate in the water. They can smell you from several kilometers. If you encounter one, do not turn your back. If it catches you, try to gouge out their eyes. Grizzly Bear. Do not turn your back to it. Calmly step back and slowly speak. It shows a sign of submissiveness. If it attacks, play dead. It might bite or claw you, but it could leave. Polar Bear. If a polar bear charges you, it's not a bluff, so get ready. The best course of action is to make loud noises to scare it off. If that doesn't work, use whatever weapon you have to fight for your life. Cougar. Cougars won't attack humans in groups, so travel together. If you see one, stand perfectly still. Do not turn your back to it. If it gets aggressive, make noise and shout at it. If it attacks, do not go to the ground, or that's it. Moose. A moose is very aggressive, but is also slow. If you see one, back away and find a different route. If it approaches you, back away. It's warning you. If it charges, run. They're not built for speed. If you're knocked down, curl into a ball. Bison. If it attacks you, run and hide behind a large object or climb a tree. Bison can't climb trees. Bison don't kill humans. They're just annoyed by them. Wolf. Do not run. Wolves can run up to 30 miles per hour. They hunt in packs, so try not to travel alone. If they charge, stay on your feet. If you fall, they will rush you. If you're in a group, position yourself back to back and use fire if you can. Deer. Don't turn your back. Deer always attack from behind. If you have an animal with you, turn it loose. If it charges and knocks you down, curl up as it will stomp you, but will leave right after. Black bears. These bears tend not to be very dangerous towards humans, but keep in mind that any bear will be a threat if they think you're going to attack their cub. Also, they have a tendency to sneak into camps for snacks. So if a black bear comes into your camp, you first and foremost should not run. It will trigger an attack response, and that's the thing we're obviously trying to avoid. Instead, you'll want to move upwind, if you can, and move small children out of the way so they're not perceived as prey. Then, bang pots and pans together, followed by trying to make yourself look as big as possible. Pretend like the dude is trying to steal your girl at the club, or if you're a girl, pretend a supertramp is trying to steal your husband. Just yell, scream, and puff out your chest, and the nasty predator will probably go look for someone else to dance with. Or, we mean, another campsite to steal food from. Crocodiles. The crocodile is probably one of nature's perfect killers, considering it's remained practically unchanged since the time of dinosaurs. So, how can you defeat a dangerous murder machine from prehistory? Well, the bad news is you probably won't. The best thing we can tell you to do is to go for the eyes. But once a croc has a hold of you and pulls you underwater, you're gonna drown. Snake. There's an old adage that comes from Australia when it comes to surviving deadly animals. Prevention is always better than a cure. So the best thing you can do is to always wear long pants and high-topped boots. This is because snakes, being close to the ground, will often bite at your feet and ankles if they're threatened. Speaking of which, snakes don't often attack and would much rather prefer to run away. Should you encounter one of these deadly, slithery animals, then slowly back away and let the snake escape as well. You can even call out insults to it as you run away, if that makes you feel better. We're not 100% sure, but we're pretty certain that snakes don't speak human. Kangaroo. Alright, Aussie fans, listen up. This one's for you. Or maybe it's also for you if you live near a zoo that features these hopping menaces. Let us start by saying that deaths by kangaroo are rare, with news.com reporting the last one was in 1938. However, that doesn't mean a kangaroo won't beat your dumb donkey. You know what I mean. Don't run. A kangaroo is much faster than you, unless Usain Bolt is listening to this. If so, hello Usain, but everyone else, you should make it known to the kangaroo that you're not a threat. Put your head down, turn it to the side, and put your hands up to protect your chest. Let out a low, deep cough, and most importantly, don't act aggressively. Remember, these things are from Australia and will take most acts as one of aggression. Spiders. Keep in mind, not all spider bites will give you cool powers. In fact, there's only been one that does that, and it's in fiction. Our point is that you shouldn't go around trying to get bitten by spiders because most will be poisonous. You're lucky because spiders aren't aggressive unless they feel threatened. Our advice? Just watch where you're stepping and keep in mind that a lot of the deadliest spiders hunt at night. If you're really nervous about encountering one of these deadly animals, then you could carry around a can of Raid. Who knows? It might even double as your pepper spray. Hippo. Quick. What's the most deadly animal on the Nile? The crocodile? No. It's the hippopotamus. One of the deadliest animals in Africa. In a country that features lions, hyenas, cheetahs, and even Nile crocodiles. It's very impressive to hear that hippos are some of the deadliest, but it is true. 2,900 people a year are killed by these fat, adorable creatures. Well, at least they used to be adorable. The most dangerous place to be is between a hippo and the water, especially if they have their babies with them. If they see you in their path, they won't stop. Trust us, you really don't want to be on a hippo's territory. The best thing you can do is to climb in a tree or put something between you and the hippo. Remember, these things are related to horses, and they can run fast too. They will catch up to you. It's also in your best interest to stay away from hippos in the water. Keep in mind, a hippo's yawn is a sign that you're getting too close. Maybe try to avoid African boat tours. We'll end off this hippo segment with a fun fact. Hippo populations are growing in Colombia because of Pablo Escobar's escaped pets. How long until they're terrorizing people in Mississippi? Only God knows. Rhinos. Another animal you'll only encounter on safari. The rhino is a grump giant that will charge you if A, you come near the babies, B, you're on their territory, or C, you wander a little too close. Experts say that the best thing to do is to climb a tree or at least hide behind one because rhinos have awful sight. The jury's still out on whether or not you can distract one with eye charts, although that might just frustrate it. Gorilla. If you've ever dreamed of becoming Tarzan, then this wildlife survival tip is for you. Surviving a gorilla is similar to surviving a kangaroo. You have to act submissive. In fact, act like a gorilla would. Keep your eyes to the ground. Don't back away, and whatever you do, do not run. You have to acknowledge that they are the dominant species and stroke their ego a little bit. Quietly compliment them on their freshly groomed fur. Tell them they don't look a day under 20 years old. Remark on how their termite and bamboo shoot salad looks and smells delicious. Elephants. Elephants, while fun to ride and funny to look at, are often very dangerous in the wild. The first thing you'll want to do is keep your ear out for warnings. If they trumpet, if they flap their ears or flatten them out, then they're mocking a charge. However, if they're pinned back, then they're actually going to charge. Like a black bear, try to make as much noise as possible. Make your body as big as possible. Shake trees, yell, stamp your feet, but don't run. If you must run, try to zigzag. Keep in mind, elephants can run pretty darn fast. Finally, remember that elephants never forget, so don't tell them any incriminating secrets. We're still being blackmailed by an elephant, and the cost of peanuts is almost putting us out of business. It was 15 years ago, Horton. Will you just forget about it already?
No, dude.
And that's it. What other deadly animals have you encountered? Have any survival tips you'd like to share? Let us know in the comment section below all the ways that you can get past a deadly animal. Enjoyed this video? hit like, share, and subscribe to What the Facts. Wait, why don't you fact off with these other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or the right video and enjoy.